Namaste, Sharanu Sharanarthigalu. Dear learners, welcome back to SBPS online classes. Dear students, we have started NCERT class 6th, The Earth, Our Habitat, Geography section, chapter number 5, Measured Domains of the Earth. In the previous video class 1, 2 and 3, we have covered the discussion on the concept, introductory part, lithosphere and hydrosphere. Now in the present video class we are going to discuss the remaining concept from this chapter, the third domain on earth, that is atmosphere. So what is atmosphere, which are the layers of the atmosphere, and what is the importance of the atmosphere. And lastly we are going to discuss the fourth domain on earth, that is biosphere. So why the biosphere is called the domain of life. All the matters we are going to discuss in this video class. So let us begin. Atmosphere. Yes, dear students, atmosphere plays an important role in the environment on earth. So what is environment? Means the place, people, things and nature that surrounded any living organisms called the environment. To survival all these living organisms, the atmosphere is very helpful for them. So why? Because atmosphere it is provided various gases. So we are breathing the oxygen and we are breathe out the carbon dioxide. So that carbon dioxide the plants are using to grow, and they are forming the food in the plant. Yes, dear students, so let us begin. What is atmosphere? Atmosphere it is the earth surrounded by a layer of gas is called the atmosphere. The earth is surrounded by air blanket or the layers of gas that we call the atmosphere. So this thin blanket of air is an integral and important aspect of the planet. It provides us with air we breathe and protects us from the harmful effects of sun rays. So sun's rays. Yes, dear students, the ozone layer that controls the harmful rays, those emitted by the sun, and it is protecting by these suns for the animal kingdom, plant world, as well as the human beings. So that atmosphere is very essential for the environment. So next we go through the atmosphere is made of air. So atmosphere, it is nothing but the area where the air is available, and which is composed, the air is composed of many gases, for example carbon dioxide and oxygen, argon, neon and so on. So these are the various gases, those are available in the air, and as well as water vapor. So you are observing the water vapor, it is in the form of gases, as well as dust particles. The air contains many gases, water vapor as well as dust particles. So this is the study about the atmosphere. So let us begin the few information about atmosphere. So atmosphere extends up from the surface of the earth up to a height of about 1600 kilometer. So atmosphere extends up to a height of about 1600 kilometer height. The atmosphere is divided into 5 layers based on composition of gases, temperature of the atmosphere as well as other properties. So which are the 5 layers? Those are available in the atmosphere. Those we have divided: troposphere, this is the first layer of the atmosphere; second layer of the atmosphere, that is the stratosphere; third layer of the atmosphere, that is mesosphere; fourth layer of the atmosphere, that is thermosphere; and in the space we have the exosphere. So these are the 5 layers of the on the atmosphere. So start with the discussion. The density of atmosphere changes with height. So what is the density? Density means weightage of the air. So where we can experience the density of the air in maximum amount, that is on the sea level. So air is at maximum density at the sea level and becomes rarer as we go higher. Yes, from the sea level the density of air is maximum. When we climb up the high peak of the mountains, we can observe the density is rarer. So and where we are in the great height. So humans are comfortable while breathing under normal pressure. So where the normal air pressure is available on the surface of the earth in a that is normal air pressure. So when the atmospheric pressure becomes low, becomes difficult to breathe. It is a high pressure area. So this is the very good condition for the breathing for the living world. And when we go to the great height of the mountain peaks, so that mountain peaks becomes the low pressure area, so we can't breathe properly. So we feel the we require the maximum amount of the air, but we have no air in that highest peak of mountains, so it is difficult to breathe. So next we go through the atmospheric pressure is very low at high mountains. As I said, the great height of the mountains, the condition of the atmosphere is very low pressure area. So this is the low pressure area. So the earth's surface is the high pressure area. So due to this, mountaineers need to carry oxygen cylinders so that they can breathe comfortably. So every mountaineers, they on their back they are carrying oxygen cylinders whenever they want to climb up the high altitudes lands. So and the difference in air pressure also plays a role in wind movements. So this is about the air pressure. So now we go through the winds movement. So air moves from high pressure area to low pressure area. So for example, from the sea level to towards the mountain peak, the high level area to low level lands. So and here on the surface of the ocean, this is the high pressure area, and surface of the earth, that is the low pressure area. So always winds move towards the high pressure area to low pressure area, means cool atmosphere to warm atmosphere. So in the night time, this system system is reversed. Yes, dear students, the land becomes a low pressure area and high pressure area during night time, and the ocean surface becomes the low pressure area. So that during the night time, all the air moves towards the ocean surface. So this is the high pressure and low pressure area. The moving air is called the wind. The moving air is called the wind. Next we go through the composition of air. So in the air, various gases are available. How much percentage the gases acquired the atmosphere? So start with the discussion. Air is mainly composed of nitrogen. So nitrogen is the first gas that acquired the atmosphere in maximum volume. And next we go to the oxygen. So how much percentage the nitrogen composed? So 78% of the air is composed of nitrogen. So you are observing the blue color part in the circle. So that is 78% covered the nitrogen gas in the atmosphere. So remaining 21% is composed by oxygen gas, and the rest of 1% is composed by carbon dioxide, argon and neon and many other gases. Yes, dear students, here is the one of the table, how many percentage or volume of the gases those are available in the atmosphere. So maximum amount of the or maximum volume of the gas available, that is nitrogen, it is about 78% in the atmosphere. The second one is the oxygen, that covered the 21%. So remaining 1% gases are available, those are less volume than these two. So next we go through the So role of nitrogen. So nitrogen is very important for the plant's growth. So because plants make many important molecules from nitrogen, so they absorb from the environment by the nitrogen absorbed by the plant roots, and they have the growth, and they create and they formed the food in the parts of the plants. So nitrogen is very essential for the growth of the plants, that absorbed by the atmosphere. And role of oxygen. Yes, dear students, oxygen is a second covered the volume in the atmosphere. So oxygen is required by living beings for respiration. So moreover, oxygen is also required for burning various fuels. So when we want to burn the fuels, we require the oxygen. So where the oxygen is not available, the gases are the flame are not burn, they are flaming, we can't get the flame. So this is the important of the oxygen. Next we go through the carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is also very important gas, as well as it is harmful for the living organisms. Start with the discussion about the role of carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is the one of the gas is utilized by the plants during photosynthesis. So photosynthesis is the one of the process in the plants during the daytime. So during the daytime, the plants observe the sun rays, and they modify the some of the in their bodies. For example, they have the growth. In photosynthesis, the plants observe the carbon dioxide from the atmosphere, and they exhale the oxygen. So or they are removing the oxygen from the plants. So we should plant more, because they provide the oxygen for the living organism, that is essential for all living organisms. So this is the one of the best idea for plant more on the surface of the earth. And you may recall that photosynthesis is the process by which plants make food for us. Yes, dear students, this is all about the role of the carbon dioxide. Next we go through the layers of the atmosphere. As I say, the atmosphere can be divided into many layers from the surface of the earth towards the sky, about 1600 kilometers great height. The first layer of the atmosphere, that is troposphere, it is at the bottom of the surface of the earth. This is followed by the stratosphere, the troposphere, afterwards stratosphere, and stratosphere third layer is the mesosphere, and the fourth layer is the thermosphere, and the fifth layer is the exosphere. So next we go through this is the one of the atmospheric layers picture. Yes, you are observing the mountains. So which how much the atmospheric layer stretched from the surface of the earth to from the surface of the earth, that is above the sea level 0 degree towards the sky, approximately 12 to 18 meters height. So this in this atmospheric first layer, that is troposphere, the air pressure we can experience, as well as high pressure area, low pressure area, as well as the air density is maximum here. And we can observe the hot air balloons also. We can use, as well as the passenger planes also fly, and the great heights of mountains we have. So those are only in the troposphere. So next layer of the atmosphere, that is stratosphere, it is stretched from the above the sea level 11 to 50 kilometer height. So hot air balloons and parachutes we can observe. And in the third layers of the atmosphere, that is mesosphere, some of the meteoroids that are hit in the atmospheric layer, and in the thermosphere, this is great height, approximately from the above sea level 80 to 90 kilometer height, up to 800 kilometer. So we can observe the some of the climatical condition is too hot. And in the exosphere, this is we called as a space. So we can launch the some of the artificial satellites. So those provide us various raises and radio waves towards the sky up to Earth's surface. So these are the layers of the atmosphere. So next we go through the thermosphere first. The thermosphere is the lowest layer of our atmosphere. Starting at the ground level, it extends upward to about 10 kilometer above sea level. We humans live in the troposphere. So we are living on the surface of the earth above the sea level 0 meter. So this is suitable for human living and a plant world and animal kingdom. So nearly all weather occurs in this lowest layer. So you are observing the clouds here, and we are receiving the rainfall from this troposphere. The clouds are forming, as well as the atmospheric all conditions we are experiencing in the troposphere. So next we go through the second layer of the atmosphere, that is stratosphere. The next layer up is called the stratosphere, and stratosphere extends from the top of the troposphere about 50 kilometer above the ground. All the aeroplanes fly in this layer as there is no weather disturbances. So here we have no any clouds, and water and air density is low, so that we can easily fly by the aeroplanes without any weather disturbances. So next we go through the mesosphere. Above the stratosphere is the mesosphere. So the third layer of the atmosphere, that is mesosphere, it extends upwards towards from the height of the about 85 kilometer above our planet, and more meteoroids burn up in the mesosphere. So the meteoroids, these are the some others planet particles, those are burned in this mesosphere layer of the atmosphere. So next we go through the thermosphere. Atmosphere partially vanishes this later. So and all the sun's rays are first observed with this thin layer. So a thermosphere is the one of the thin layer that absorb the sun rays, and temperatures with the thermosphere are extreme. So we can experience the atmospheric temperature very high here, and is either too cold or too hot. So this is the temperate atmosphere condition we can experience in the thermosphere, and there is no weather phenomenon in this layer. So here we have no clouds, we have no rain, any other atmosphere condition we can observe, we cannot observe in this layer. So next, lastly, we are going to understand, that is last concept from this chapter, that is biosphere. So what is the biosphere? Biosphere is the combination of lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. So biosphere means it is the combination of lithosphere, hydrosphere and atmosphere. So you are observing the living organisms depend upon the surface of the earth, depend upon the water bodies, as well as depend upon the air. So these are all essential for the living organisms. So where the living organisms are surviving, that domain is called the biosphere. So start with the discussion. The biosphere consists of biotic components as well as abiotic components. So biotic components of the biosphere are living things. So which are the living things? Plant worlds, animal kingdom, as well as human beings like animals, birds and forests. Abiotic components of biosphere are air, soil, water and sunlight. So these are the available in the biosphere. So next we go through the biosphere. So biosphere, it is in the center. So all biosphere is depend upon the hydrosphere, it is depend upon the atmosphere as well as lithosphere. So biosphere means the living organisms and non-living organisms depend upon the water, depend upon the air, and depend upon the earth surface. So the narrow zone, it is the narrow zone contact between the lithosphere and hydrosphere as well as atmosphere is called the biosphere. Once again I am going to read. Biosphere is the narrow zone of contact between the lithosphere, hydrosphere, and atmosphere is called the biosphere. So next we go through the life exists in this zone. So where is the biosphere? This is the biosphere. So all the living organisms are surviving because of they are depend upon the hydrosphere, they depend upon the atmosphere, as well as they depend upon the lithosphere. So this is the one of the great domain that all the living organisms as well as non-living organisms are surviving. So life exists in this zone. So we are observing the life is also available in the hydrosphere as well as the atmosphere. So but comparatively all the domains in the biosphere we can observe the life suitable things are available. So a variety of organisms exist on the earth: reptiles, omnivorous, carnivorous, every animals world as plant kingdom is available on the biosphere. So all the living beings are linked to each other. So all the living linked to each other. So how the all the living organisms linked to each other? For example, if we take the tiny insect that is depend upon the grass. So the bird depend upon the tiny insect to survival on the earth surface, and the human beings or reptiles are depend upon the these birds because this is the food for the some of the omnivorous, carnivorous, and so these all the food chain is depend upon or surviving on this biosphere. They are also linked to various non-living things for their survival. For example, we are using the rocks and constructing the homes, as well as we are traveling in the atmosphere and we are breathing air, and the atmosphere provide us rain. So we are depend upon every domains on the earth. So next we go through the major domains of the earth. For example, lithosphere, atmosphere, hydrosphere, all functions together to make the biosphere. So all the domains that functions together to make the biosphere, to provide the air to all living organisms, to provide water for the living organisms, to provide the shelter for the living organisms. So that biosphere it is very essential for the living organisms, and which sustains of life on the earth. The earth is also thus known as the only planet sustaining life due to the presence of the biosphere. So why the life is sustaining on the earth? It is presence of the biosphere. So all plant world, animal kingdom, as well as the human beings, as well as non-living things, those are sustaining on the surface of the earth because of the biosphere. So this is all about your chapter concepts. In upcoming class we will start the new lesson discussion. Till then, bye bye, stay home, stay safe, have a nice day.